Winter is setting in across Idaho, and it's getting colder outside. And tonight inside ExtraMile Arena, Boise State Bronco fans are hoping the women's basketball team will get hot and back to their winning ways against Seattle University. And good evening, everybody, inside ExtraMile Arena alongside former Boise State Bronco Kim Bridges. My name is Vincent Frimboli, and Coach, for Boise State, coming off their only loss of the season, they certainly want to get back to the winning ways. They started the season 3-0.
That's right, Vince. It was a real tough one out in Colorado the other night, so the Broncos are excited to get back on the floor tonight, hopefully be the aggressors right from the tip, and we're looking forward to a good night tonight.
And for Seattle University, coming off a win, their second win of the season, they come in with a record of 2-3. They, of course, would like to keep that momentum going.
Exactly. Momentum is going to be really big. You're trying to change a culture. Coach Skylar Young is doing a great job changing culture there. They're only returning 3 players from last year's squad that went 4-26 last year. They only won 1 game in conference, so they're really looking to keep that momentum going.
Well, and they're going to need to step up the score, and you can see the stat comparison there as Boise State outscoring them by 10 points a game. You mentioned Seattle University. They've got 11 players on the roster, 8 new faces. One of those new faces, Ella Brubaker, a transfer from Pepperdine, coming home to play her senior season.
You know, Brubaker is who makes them go. She's averaging 12.4 points per game, shooting 45% from the field. So a big part of what Boise State's got to do today is contain her.
And for the Boise State Broncos, everybody knows about Danny Bays. Everybody knows about Tatum Thompson. What about the third member of that triumvirate, Natalie Pasco?
You know, Natalie's just been so consistent. She's sometimes one of those kids that hides, and you look at the stat sheet after the game, and you think, holy cow. She scored the first 7 points in Colorado. She seemed like the player with no fear out there against the Buffaloes.
Well, that BSU three-headed scoring machine is going to look to get started early tonight. They got a slow start against Colorado tonight. They're going to need to come out firing and increase that physicality. It'll be the Boise State Broncos taking on the Seattle University Redhawks. That's next on the Mountain West Network. And welcome back inside ExtraMile Arena. Both teams going through their starting lineups, and we'll start with the Boise State Broncos. You see Tatum Thompson right there, averaging 16.7 rebounds a game. Also starting Danny Bays, Libby Hutton, Maya Hansen, and Natalie Pasco. Pasco averages 12.8 a game, and Bays, the leading scorer at 17.3 points a game, Coach, is coming off of one of her best weeks in her career as a Bronco.
Absolutely, scoring 31 points, going 7 for 9 from 3. Danny was just amazing against UC Davis, so she's looking to get going and get hot again from outside beyond 3.
Yeah, all the Broncos struggled against Colorado State. Bays held in single digits. Colorado, I should say, came out very physical in that game and slowed the Broncos down. Let's take a look now at the Seattle University starting lineup. The guard there you see at the top, number 5, a freshman, Dylan Mogul, Angela Bigovic, Jana Isic, along with Tamia Strickland, and Sydney Rodriguez. Coach Ella Brubaker, leading scorer, not starting tonight, but we do know the name Sydney Rodriguez here in the Treasure Valley of Idaho.
We absolutely do, and this is a homecoming for Sydney. I know she's got a lot of friends and family. In fact, her entire squad from Owyhee, they moved their game tonight to an earlier start time so they could come here and support her. So I'm sure she's pretty excited to get some playtime here on this court and in front of her hometown fans.
So Bigovic will jump at center against Libby Hutton. And we are underway inside ExtraMile Arena. The Broncos wearing white, blue piping, and orange lettering and numbering. Inside they go, and a nice strong take there by the Mountain West preseason player of the year, Tatum Thompson.
That's a great play by Tatum. She's excellent around the rim. She loves to contort her body, make it look sometimes even more difficult than it is. Oh, yeah, that was Definitely a little extra body. Those brush screens are becoming more and more prevalent, but that is more than a brush. That is more than a brush.
That's called a charge. Dude.
Yeah, that's a charge.
Dylan Mogul, the freshman from Clackamas High School in Clackamas, Oregon, called for the first foul of the game.
And this is Mogul's first start for quite a while. She's probably in there for Brubaker, who we highlighted in the pre-show. Nice tack here by Natalie.
Yeah, Pasco looking good. As we mentioned, the Boise State have 3 scorers in double digits. That's Pasco, Thompson, and Bays. Turnaround shot on the baseline, rattles around and out, and cleared there by Thompson.
One of the best things about Tatum is she has the ability to push tempo. She's a kid that will grab the rebound and actually attack. Unfortunate there by Pasco stepping out of bounds, but I think they had a nice push, nice piece of transition there.
And Thompson leading the Broncos, 7 rebounds a game, but they good team rebounding. Hutton also at 6.3 rebounds a game. Everybody does damage on the boards for the Broncos.
Absolutely, and Tatum's easily one of the most athletic kids. That's an extra step right there. Thank you, Sarah, on the baseline for catching that. I was going to say something.
Yeah. To me, is Strickland from Renton, Washington, started her career at Fresno State, came back last year, one of only 3 returning players for Coach Skylar Young in his 3rd season. The pull-up 3 by Maya Hansen is money, and the Broncos have an early 7-0 lead.
Yeah, you do not want to go under screens on Maya or Danny. Those are bad decisions by the defense, so I'm assuming the Redhawks made a little error there in judgment. Too many hands there by Tatum Thompson on the drive.
That's Thompson's first foul, first called on the Broncos.
Mogul, who's taking the ball out, she actually comes from a pretty athletic family. Her twin sister is at Southern Oregon University. She's got an older sister who's playing at University of Portland, and her dad actually was a wrestler here at Boise State. So it's a pretty impressive family right there.
There's Angela Bogovic trying to pass it inside, and it's stolen away by Pasco, and she's got it. Inside quickly, Thompson squares up. Dips in, cut off by Bogovic. Outside to Pasco. Gets a screen from Thompson, goes to her left. Little give and go with Thompson to the baseline. Shot bounces up and in.
That was a nice relocation there. You know, Bogovic is really tall. She's long. She's 6'5", so Tatum made the smart decision, waited for a little bit more into the shot clock, and got a better look. Good
defense there by Bays. Forces the turnover. Goes off the foot of the Redhawks. Bronco basketball, 7:56 to go. We're in the first quarter. It's Boise State, the Broncos, taking on the Redhawks. And here's our keys to the game, Coach. The graphic up there on your screen. First for Seattle University.
You know, offensive efficiency is going to be really important for them. They had that good win against Cal Poly, 2-point win at home on Saturday. So it's going to be really important that they stay consistent and try to ride that momentum here to try to get another win.
Broncos looking to add to this 9-0 lead. Looks like the starters are still on the floor for both teams, and Bays has her pocket pick going the other way and laying it up, but off the mark. A miss there by Baisic. Inside, turnaround shot off the window, no good for Hutton, and cleared away. One-shot possession there for the Broncos.
I think that's one that Libby Hutton wants back, definitely. That was a good come-to-ball side type of situation for her in transition.
Bogovic, baseline shot is short. And the Redhawks still looking for their first point of the game. Pasco drives, scoops it up and in.
Natalie Pasco with the no-jump layup triggers a timeout by Coach Skylar Young. So congratulations, Broncos.
Natalie Pasco coming out on fire for the Broncos. And Boise State heads into our first break, leading 11-0 on the Mountain West Network. Let's take a look now at the series history between these two teams, dating back to when Seattle University went to Division I. They last met in 2021 in Boise, and Seattle won that game 63-61 and leads the series 2-1. The first shot after the break off the mark.
Strickland really likes that pick and pop situation, so that high on ball, she's got good range, so we got to watch for that.
Thompson inside aggressively off the mark, and here comes Seattle forcing the issue the other way. Strickland gets the Seattle University's first 2 points of the game with the left-handed off the glass.
Seattle University wants to play fast. That's one of their biggest things is transition, and that was one area of concern for Boise State at Colorado the other day. So this is one of those things that we got to make sure that they get back, stop ball early, and that didn't happen that last possession. That's a travel.
What are they going to call there? A travel after the ball was poked away from the Broncos. They'll retain the possession. Still 13 seconds left on the shot clock. 6:18 on the game clock. They reset it to 20 now.
We mentioned in the open, Coach Skylar Young, he's in his 3rd season, previously working with the University of Portland. And so he came over and has really been working very hard, bringing in a lot of new players. We now see Brubaker is now on the floor for Seattle U, number 3.
We talked about Brubaker in the open. Nice drive, but off the mark as Chloe Imanga is into the game. And a nice reverse there by Boise State on the fast break. Got it up the floor quickly. And Thompson scores and one. She'll head to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Just another great contortionism by Tatum Thompson. She does a great job drawing that foul, can hang in the air for a long time due to her athleticism. So hopefully she can get that three-point play.
You mentioned some of the new players on the floor. Chloe Imanga, and also number 7 on the floor for Seattle, Lucia Milkovic.
And Milkovic is 6'6", so now they have on the floor right now both 6'6" and 6'5". And Boise State's with that smaller lineup right now with just Libby Hutton being at 6'2".
Thompson completes the three-point play, and the Broncos go up 14-2. It's Milkovic, Bigovic, and Vjesovic. So we got some tongue twisters on our hands here tonight, Coach. There's Bigovic up top for Imanga. Inside. Bigovic, little shovel shot there off the mark. She rebounds it, gets it back. And this is Milkovic outside. Brubaker's first shot, halfway down and out. And rebounded by Thompson. Here comes Hansen the other way in the corner. The three-pointer, short there by Bays. She runs in, didn't keep it alive, tipped it right to the Redhawks. And here comes Seattle University the other way. The ball in the hands of Dylan Mogul.
I think Bays was surprised at how much time she had to set up for that shot, maybe too much time.
Imanga hits the first three-pointer of the game for the Redhawks. They're up to 5 now, and the Broncos have the ball in a 9-point lead.
Imanga is a freshman out of Germany. She does a great job rebounding, especially as a guard position, only 5'9". So it's one of those things we got to make sure we keep her off the board, but she plays hard.
One of 4 European players for the Redhawks.
It's a nice hedge there by Libby Hutton, asking Mogul to come around.
Imanga went one way, and the pass went the other way. And now the Broncos having trouble holding on it. Pasco gets it back, and up top for Hutton. Bays, ball above her head, thinks about it, drives in. Uses the right hand, off the window and in. Broncos extend that lead back to 11 points.
You know, Danny thought about taking that 3, but 6'5" was in her face, and so I think that was a wise decision. Take her to the rim, but way to finish hard against a taller player.
Well, Bays likes to shoot 7 3-pointers against Davis. And Imanga gets a couple more points. She leads all scorers for the Redhawks. 3-pointer the other way, halfway down and out for Maya Hansen. And the rebound by Milkovic.
That's a good stroke by Maya. That's a good shot. It's early in the shot clock, but still, you don't want to leave her open outside of 3.
Milkovic is going to try to drive. She's got the size advantage there, but kind of flailing everywhere. She get it back, though, and it's tipped away once again by the Broncos. Wide open up the floor. Bays. She puts it up and in with the right hand. Now the Broncos up 18-7 with 3:20 to go in the first quarter.
We haven't had a stoppage of play in quite a while. Both teams each have 3 subs waiting for them at the bench. I think we're a little gassed out there on the floor, but way to work. Maya Hansen getting on the floor, getting that possession. Excellent work. Well,
and there's Skylar Young, 3rd season as a head coach. Pretty much flipped his roster this year. Has 3 returners and 8 new players on his 11-player roster.
not only did he flip his roster, but he brought in 2 new assistants. One of his assistants, Coach Rachel Schwartz, has been there with him all 3 years, but Coach Motherwell and Coach Gray are brand new this year, so he's brought in a lot of new blood with the Red Hawks.
Red Hawks have it, and Pasco pokes it away. Broncos playing, Coach, a little more physical here tonight. I know that was a message sent to them in practice this week after the loss to Colorado on Tuesday night.
Absolutely. I mean, when they played the Buffaloes were clearly the aggressors right from the start. For a while, it was, when are we going to get that first bucket? So it's really good to see them come out and assert themselves, especially on their home floor.
Kiera Thompson, Mason Borcherding, a couple of freshmen on the floor, as well as number 10 out there, Madeline Cook. And that shot off there.
That was a good look by Thompson, and Cook is pretty savvy. She makes these nice cuts, and she's so long, has some nice hands around the basket, but that was just a little bit too tough to grab.
Cook, a 6th-year player, was at the Masters College, started her basketball career, at least high school. She played at Coal Valley Christian from Meridian, Idaho.
Yeah, another local product, and she actually was a teammate with Brubaker at the Masters College, so they get to have some little crossover there as well.
Nice entry pass into Mason Borcherding, but she's just off the mark. Here comes Seattle the other way. Brubaker, 3-pointer, back iron, and she trots down the long rebound and kicks it out. The lefty 3-pointer is good to Mia Strickling.
You don't want to give a good shooter 2 opportunities, and on that play, we had 2 opportunities.
Injury timeout called by the official, as looked like Cook maybe hurt her leg, and she's helped off the floor and into the game. Number 2, Coach, the debut of Emily Howard.
Oh, I'm very excited to see Emily on the floor. I believe her mom flew in from Canada. She's from Abbotsford, Canada, and she is a transfer from Liberty. These are her first minutes in a Bronco uniform, so it's very exciting to see her out there.
Played for the Liberty Flames in the Conference USA and was one of the freshmen of the year in that conference a couple of years ago. A lot of talent there. A nice pickup for the Broncos. There's Brubaker. Strickland's going to go lefty pass inside, and we're going to have a foul called on the Broncos.
Talking a little bit about Coach Presnell.
Yeah, yes, in his 20th season as head coach, 772 career wins, 5th most among active coaches, and 30th most overall. And so Gordy's got it done first in Seattle Pacific and now here at Boise State. He's had a great career.
Exactly. And I've known Gordy for many years. I had a couple of high school teammates who actually played for him at Seattle Pacific. So it's great to see him have so much success here at Boise State.
Yeah, he certainly has been. Just you could talk for days about all that he's done. He's won 16 different types of Coach of the Year awards. You could go on and on about what he's done here at Boise State, and he just has instilled such a great culture here for women's basketball. So the other way, we talked over a little action there, and there's our first chance to call out the name of former Hawaii High School basketball player from Boise, Idaho, Sydney Rodriguez.
Sid did a good job attacking there. Kiera got caught with the whole wraparound with the arm. It's just way too much, especially when they're going towards the hoop. So that's a good call.
Made just 3 of 21 from three-point land. It started the previous 5 games for the Red Hawks.
And she started all season last season for the Red Hawks. Again, one of only 3 returning players for them. So she's hoping to continue with this culture building that they're trying to do here with Coach Skylar Young.
Rodriguez made the first and knocks down the second. And the Red Hawks on a bit of a run here. 8-0 run. It was 18-7, and now it's 18-15.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure Coach had a few things to say to them at that last timeout, that last break. Told them to play a little bit harder.
And Pasco continues to stay hot as she knocks down the 3 and pushes the Bronco lead back to 6.
Natalie has such a quick release, and it's pretty impressive when she can just catch and go.
And the rebound is basketball. It's Bronco ball. Broncos a chance to push that lead again.
These last couple possessions, end of quarter situation, are so important for momentum. You know, it's really important that the Broncos get a good score and then hopefully a good stop.
Driving inside. And the pass goes off of Howard, it looks like. That was Hansen with the drive. Tried to get it over to Emily Howard.
Now
you
the Red
mentioned
Hawks
from British Columbia, played for the Liberty Flames, and probably will play, what, about 10 or so minutes, you think, tonight, Coach?
You know, it depends what the doc said, but I would be surprised if it's 10, to be totally honest. Red Hawks are going to hold here for the final shot, make sure that they hopefully are taking a shot with about 4 seconds left and leave no opportunity for the Broncos going the other direction.
It looks like it's Viesic. She's going to drive to her right, gets cut off. 5 seconds left to go. The lefty three on the way. It's too strong. And rebounded by Pasco. So Natalie Pasco led the way for Boise State in that first quarter, including this three-pointer right here. And the Broncos lead by 6 heading into quarter number 2. Kim Bridges, we featured Natalie Pasco in the pregame, and she's making us look good.
Absolutely. I mean, Natalie's come out on fire. She hit her one and only three-pointer that she attempted. Is 3 for 3 from the field. Has 7 points right now, so hoping to keep Natalie hot right now.
From Danville, California, former San Ramon Valley High School Wolf. Thompson inside to a streaking Pasco, right on the mark there. 9 points now. Yeah, she does it again.
Does it again.
Broncos back up 8.
Again, Thompson with her hands down on that one. When you are guarding that dribbler that's coming hard at you, it's just, you got to absorb that. You can't stop it with your hands. You got to stop it with your feet.
I was going to say, you got to absorb it with your feet, with your legs. You got to move and get in front of that offensive player.
Recognize that. Of course, she is a freshman from Serbia. She's one of those international players that we talked about earlier in the Open.
Getting a look at quite a few of the Boise State freshmen, including here's Jada Lewis. Boise State, 6 freshmen, 6 seniors, a junior and 2 sophomores on the roster.
Jada, that's great ball pressure by her, and that's probably one of the things that she brings best to the Broncos. She is fast, and she can really, really challenge players. And even in practice, even if she's not playing key minutes, she is really doing a great job making Maya Hansen better, making Kiera Thompson better. So it's nice to see her get some play time tonight, too.
Thompson looking inside for Pasco. Up top, number 9, Libby Hutton. Pasco stops, pops, drops again. 11 points now for Natalie Pasco.
Smooth shot. And came off, saw a little gap there, took advantage of that easy. That was a nice job by Libby getting around against that taller player. Brubaker with the finish.
Nice reverse shot there by Ella Brubaker. Out of Curtis High School, University Place, Washington.
At Tacoma area.
Yep. So coming home for her last year of basketball. Good ball movement here by the Broncos, and Libby Hutton to the line to shoot a pair.
Nice pick and roll action there. Pasco coming off hard, and she gave a nice little pocket pass on the bounce. Libby, good hands to catch that one. I think she probably would have liked to have that finish back, go for an and one instead.
Yeah, like the old-fashioned three-point play. Instead, Hutton will have to earn 2 the hard way here from the strike. 25-17, 8:51 to go in quarter number 2. The Boise State Broncos taking on the Seattle University Red Hawks. She is former Boise State Bronco Kim Bridges, and my name is Vincent Trimboli. Welcome inside ExtraMile Arena. That's Libby Hutton making the first. She measures it up and fires the second off the back iron. It's tipped and controlled there by Tamia Strickling.
I think Strickland might have gotten away with a little bit of holding on Hansen there on the foul line, but Hansen needed to move around and get around her back. Nice read by Strickland, getting the back door.
This is Begovic, long three-pointer, tipped up and taken by Hutton. Good job there by Hutton to use the tip to get the rebound. Lewis tried to fire it inside, but it's picked off by Begovic. And the Red Hawks are going to push it up across the timeline. Up to number 14, Strickland.
That's a good idea.
With the left-handed bounce, gives it to Begovic, and it's going to be an offensive foul.
All right, we'll take that. That entry was a good idea by Jada Lewis. Unfortunately, I think she was looking where she was going to make that pass, which was an easy pickoff for the defender. That was a nice job, Libby, giving her space to land. Of course, if she goes underneath her, the foul's on Libby, but that was smart play by Hutton.
Emanaga and Strickling, the two leading scorers on the floor right now for Seattle U with 5 points each. Hutton drives. Nice give and go, but it's poked away. Good hands there. That was Brubaker. The shot by Lewis off the mark. Thompson with the offensive rebound. Up top it goes to Hansen. Maya Hansen, good dribble with the right hand. Steps inside the three-point line. Needs to get rid of it. And there's Libby Hutton. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Thompson, tough shot, fading away. Slides over the rim and into the hands of Tamia Strickland.
Bays has been at the table now trying to check in for a little bit here, so I think they're excited to get her back on the floor.
Well, they need that outside option right now. And the shot inside off the mark.
That was a nice spin move by Amanga. Just didn't get it to fall.
Chloe Amanga, the freshman inside Thompson. A nice
Speaking
job
of spin
by
moves.
Thompson. Good body control. Got the shot off. No good. Rebound putback is good by Libby Hutton.
Great job by Libby, staying with the play, staying in position, and really concentrating on that finish. Timeout by Skylar Young.
Well, he needs it. The Redhawks got it down to a 3-point lead, but they're trailing now by 11. Boise State up by 11, thanks in large part to Libby Hutton.
#1 proven electrolyte.
Kim Bridges, our scouting report we got the other day was from Jackie Robinson, and my impression is he's got a lot of energy.
Jackie is a great guy. He was previously working at Evergreen State University, and when this opening happened at Boise State, he was able to come over. I should also mention that Jackie cut his coaching chops with me. He was working on my staff
That's
at
right.
Boise High School back in the day. So he likes to say that he and I go way, way back, and we do.
That was Ella Brubaker with the inside shot, and then a turnover here by the Broncos.
Tatum just looking for the pass back, and unfortunately a little slip of the feet.
Evergreen State, the Gooey Ducks.
Yes, they have a
Gooey Ducks.
really impressive mascot. You should look it up. It's quite remarkable.
It's pretty cool, actually. Bays.
You're a
ties up.
California guy. You know what a gooey duck is?
Yes, I went to college in the Northwest, and we
Okay.
actually played it in rugby, so.
Okay, there you go. Well, I'm from
pay
Western
attention,
Washington,
yes.
so
Mount
I have
Vernon,
been.
in
I
fact.
Mount Vernon. I have been on the campus. It is beautiful. Olympia, Washington. Very, very beautiful.
Over the top pass to Rodriguez. Drives, spins, left-handed shot, up and in. Nice strong take there by Sydney Rodriguez, showing off in front of her former teammates.
That was a nice move by Rodriguez. Good pace, good attack, and great finish. And I'm sure she and a lot of people wearing red tonight really enjoyed that.
Well, the Broncos tried to push it up the floor after that made shot by Rodriguez, but Hansen's pass is off the mark, and the Redhawks have it back, trailing by 7. Brubaker keeping the ball high, in good position, looking for someone to pass to. Got to get rid of it or dribble it now. She does. Forces the shot up a little too strong. Rebounded by Hutton.
And this is the first time we've seen Izzy Harms, a freshman, on the floor. Nice up pass. Nice pass by Maya Hansen to Taylor Thompson. But back to Izzy Harms, number 7 on the floor. She's been getting some minutes in all of their games and has a really nice shot. Just hasn't found the bottom of the net just yet on it. So hoping tonight will be that night.
Well, up by 9. Little kind of pressure is off for a shooter in that situation. Maybe we'll see her hoist them up here. Nice strong take by Brubaker. And she'll head to the line to shoot a pair. 5:17 to go. That's the second team foul on the Broncos. Both teams now with 2. 5:17 to go. Quarter number 2. Boise State has all 4 of their timeouts left, just 2 for Seattle.
Coach Presnell likes to save those. He likes to savor those timeouts. You know, this year they have the appeals, and so keeping those timeouts is actually more important than ever. So if you would like to, in the women's game, they call it an appeal. The men's game, they call it a challenge. I have my thoughts about that. But he does have the ability, I would be willing to bet, on every single one of his games this season to use an appeal.
Yeah, he doesn't want to lose that opportunity for sure.
And fun fact, you can actually appeal even if you're out of timeouts. So maybe you'll want to use one here and there. If you are wrong on the appeal, you do get assessed a technical foul.
Okay. So Brubaker makes both. She's got 6 now, leading the way for the Redhawks. A nice job there by Bays. Dribbles to her left, lost the defender, and drained the triple treat. And the Broncos up 9.
That's one of those long twos. You wish you could just move back about.
Oh, I thought it was
5.
a 3. Sorry about that, Coach.
Two point there. Nice hands, Danny.
Bays leads the Broncos with 12 steals on the season. Almost got 13 right there.
Danny's out there working her tail off. You can see her head. She's definitely trying to get this possession back.
Mogul got it outside. Brubaker hoists up the 3. And the long rebound snared by Libby Hutton. She's going to bring it up the top floor, across the timeline, left-hand dribble. And a foul will be called on Rodriguez. The sophomore from Boise, Idaho, started her high school career with the Bora Lions and then switched over to Owyhee High School.
Again, with Libby getting a rebound, being able to push pace, just like I said earlier with Tatum Thompson, it's nice having sometimes those undersized post players who are comfortable dribbling the ball, and a nice job drawing a foul on Rodriguez.
Bays dribbles right down Broadway, flips up the tough shot. It's knocked to the floor, and will have to go to the line and earn them the hard way from the stripe, with the Broncos leading 32-23.
That was a great job by Danny Bays getting downhill. You could see as she crossed the free throw line that she had the step on the defender. Again, similar to a previous play, I think she wanted to get that finish and get that and one, but she'll settle for the 2 free throws instead.
Bays gets the first, has 7 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. Actually, 1 assist, no rebounds. They actually switched that board really fast. Inside, the rebound put back, no good, but the second attempt there by Mason Borcherding is good. And the Broncos up by 12. Get 3 points there on that possession.
Mason has really been coming along. Unfortunately, had hands down on that driver right there, trying to stop Strickland from getting in the key. But Mason is a guaranteed rebounder. She's got a nose for the ball. The other thing that she does exceptionally well, she screens really well. Sometimes maybe too well. Maybe a little extra movement on that. But really excited to see her big upside for the Broncos.
Yeah, brings a lot of physicality on the floor for Bodie Presnell.
I'm kind of a stickler on footwork, and I don't think I saw the travel on Brubaker on that one. I'll be very honest. But I will let you know if I saw a different one.
Look at you, Coach, being objective. I like it. That's good.
You know,
That's good.
You got to give the guys
the
and gals in stripes their accolades every once in a while. They're usually nicer to you when you do that.
Yeah. Bays. Here's Borcherding looking inside for Izzy Harms. Drive by Hutton, turnaround shot, short. And the tip ball is grabbed by Viesic. And an offensive foul. Good job there, playing defense by the Broncos.
Maya Hansen does such an excellent job picking up those offensive charges. I don't have the stat in front of me, but I can tell you she's usually good for at least 1 a game, maybe 1 every other game, but just did a phenomenal job keeping her feet, keeping her positioning, and allowing the official to make the right call.
You know, one of the things about, basketball is a lot of times players get fouls, Coach, when they're kind of trying to get out of the way of stuff like that. But it takes a lot of courage to stand in there and take a shot like that. You know what's coming, right?
You know it's coming. And sometimes if it's a bigger player, you think a lot before you decide to take that charge. In the game right now, who just took that last 3 is freshman Kenna Garza out of Pocatello, Idaho. Kenna is actually an education major. Love that, by the way. She is interested in going into elementary education, and she graduated early last year and then helped out the Pocatello School District by doing some substitute teaching. So that was pretty phenomenal. Her mom, I believe, if I'm not wrong, is working in the school district as well as a teacher in the district.
And with Garza entering the game, we've seen all the Boise State freshmen now in the contest. And the shot by Bay is off the mark. Here comes Imanaga over in the left side, driving in and scooping and off the mark. No good there for Yesich.
Again, a lot of time right now without a dead ball. We see some tired faces out there, some red faces. I think everybody's looking for that media timeout. Good idea by Borcherding. Great idea.
Tried to get it to the cutting Garza. And back into the game for Boise State, Libby Hutton. You can see the offensive comparison. Boise State outscoring Seattle coming into this game about 10 points a game. And the Broncos shooting 43% on the season. Probably right around that here tonight. Take a peek at the stats in a minute. Lucia Milkovich in there, number 7. She had the ball. And the Red Hawks off the mark. Here comes the Broncos the other way, just off the fingertips of Hutton. And Brubaker steals it away. Here comes the Red Hawks. And good defense by Hutton to slow him down. Inside, Milkovich, big and strong. We saw her handle the ball on the outside. I think that's where they wanted her to be playing, on that block.
Absolutely. She's really good with the duck in, and that was a nice, strong move by her. Compliments to Kenna Garza. I mean, you're guarding somebody who's a little bit bigger than you right there.
Saw the miss shot there by Milkovich. Just off the mark, but off the Broncos, and a 20-second clock here for the Red Hawks. Brubaker thought about it and said up to Tamia Strickland. Strickland drives. Tough left-handed shot, rattles around and out, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And Hutton was fine there, but as the shot started by Strickland, she just brought that arm down, and that's all you need. So when the contact is made, the shooter did a nice job drawing that foul.
Yeah, Strickland probably the most aggressive of the Red Hawks we've seen so far tonight. She's forced the issue several times and created her own shot.
Absolutely, and she prefers to go downhill, but she's not afraid to shoot from outside. Going into this game, she was 33% from 3, so she likes to take that. I know she's missed a couple tonight, but she's definitely a threat from outside.
No stranger to Mountain West basketball, the former Seattle Prep star played her first several years at Fresno State.
Exactly, she is a redshirt senior, so bringing a little experience onto that team, and she's one of the 3 returners for the Red Hawks this year.
Was the 5th leading scorer on the Red Hawks last year, averaging just under 9 points a game. This year, 8.4 and 7.6 rebounds. Battle on the floor. Jump ball. Gave the possession to the Broncos. Inbounding it under the basket. It's tipped away.
The look was there, though. That was a nice read by Maya. You know, as an inbounder, I think a lot of times people think the inbounder's job is so easy. It's not, because you have to know what's my first look, what's my second look, and if they do this, what am I looking for there?
Nice cut by Hansen. They tried almost the same inbounds play. Instead, they got it to the outside instead of going into Hansen. And the shot by Hansen off the mark.
They do have the same setups for their inbounds plays, and part of that is a great, nice job. Oh, unfortunate. Libby was trying to get around on the big and the inside there. Unfortunately, had that lower hand around her hip, and that's an easy call for the officials every time.
1:18 to go in the second quarter. Broncos up by 10, 35-25. We're watching the Mountain West Network. At the line, Lucia Milkovich. And Lucia, 6'5", graduate student, a forward from Montenegro. Last played at Tarleton State before transferring in the offseason to Seattle U. Oh, nice read by Brubaker. Snares the pass. Takes it up and in. One minute to go. Floater on the baseline, and Pasco now has 13 points. Natalie leads all scorers in the game. 37-28 Bronco lead.
Pasco had some time on the bench there, some rest time, and then also, you know, other people were doing some of the scoring, but it's nice to get back in the scoring column.
And that's the nice thing when you have 3 scorers in double digits. You're not always going to get all 3 on an A night at the same time, right? So if you could get 2 of the 3 and then some of your old players like Hansen and Hutton come along, you have a good chance to win night in, night out.
Absolutely. The more diverse you can be with the scoring, I mean, I think teams that are really one-dimensional, you got one kid that's scoring 30 a game or 25 a game, it makes it a lot easier for the game plan. But when you have multiple scorers in double digits or a really active bench that's going to come in and contribute, that definitely makes you far more dangerous.
Brubaker has picked up her scoring off the bench tonight. The leading scorer at 12.4 a game.
We have Howard back in the game right now, picking up another minute. And with Howard and Garza both in the game at the same time, this is a much different look for the Broncos.
Pushing foul up high there. It's going to be called on Strickland.
Strickland tried to get through that screen, and, you know, you want to step up and over, but she also, I think, used a little bit of an elbow to get around that screen. There you go. When you see that elbow in the back of Howard, that's a pretty easy call.
At the line, Pasco trying to add to her 13 points. She'll be shooting 2. 3 dribbles, 2 spins, and fires it up good. 14 points now for Pasco. Leading scorer for the Broncos, Brubaker leading scorer for Seattle with 10 points. And Pasco's second rattles out.
Now, Seattle, you would be wise to slow it down. Looks like they just did. There's only a differential of about 4 seconds between shot clock and game clock and the half. I'd look for a flat screen out of our big right here.
This is Jana Viesic. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. And she drives it in. Good defense there by Kenna Garza into the game. And then they're going to say the Broncos.
Well, Garza got her hands on that one.
Yeah, Garza got her hands on it.
You know, as much as you want to go, I think you want to get that ball to the guard's hands.
Yeah. You can see Gardy wasn't very happy about that.
No, he was not happy.
Brubaker a little out of control and gets bailed out. Bays thought she had her feet set. Instead, it'll be Ella Brubaker at the line, shooting 2.
Again, this is what you want to avoid end of a quarter, end of half, is giving them these opportunities to earn some easy points at the stripe. You know, Brubaker had a head of steam coming from the other side of half court, so you got to absorb that ball handler. Danny tried to get in front, but can't blame the official on that one. That was an easy call.
Brubaker made the first, 2.7 seconds. And she missed the second. Broncos got to get something up in a hurry. Hansen, that won't count right after the horn, and we are through 2 stanzas of play. And it's the Boise State Broncos leading the Seattle Redhawks 38-21. You're watching women's basketball on the Mountain West Network. We're at the half on the Mountain West Basketball Network, and it's Boise State in women's basketball leading Seattle University 38-31, and 14 of those 38 points, Coach, for the Broncos come courtesy of Natalie Pasco.
Pasco's just doing everything right tonight. She has actually only missed 1 shot, and that was from the free throw line tonight, so she is 6 of 6 from the field with 1 3-pointer mixed in there. Just an excellent effort by the senior.
Pasco, a senior from San Ramon Valley High School in Danville, California. As you mentioned, near perfect, only that 1 missed free throw. And she got her points in a variety of ways from beyond the arc, inside, just inside the 3-point line there.
You know, the fun fact for Natalie Pasco, she's a psychology major. She was class president both her sophomore, junior, and senior year. So all 3 years of high school. Well, we're 3-year high school here, so maybe it's 4-year high school for her. But 3 years, she was class president.
Broncos boxing out tonight. The very good rebounding team, plus 7.25 advantage on the season. And out-rebounding Seattle U through these first 2 quarters, 23-18.
I think both teams are giving up a few more O boards than they would like. Boise State has 5 O boards right now compared to the 4 for Seattle U. Again, being solid on the boards is very important to success.
Pasco leading the way, scoring for Boise State, and it's Ella Brubaker for the Seattle Redhawks.
Brubaker came off of the bench. We didn't know why she was moved out of the starting lineup, but boy, once she got in there, she's done a great job, really finishing well and asserting herself well.
And she's got some big-time college basketball experience coming over from Pepperdine University. So we'll take a look now at the Mountain West preseason poll. And you can see the Broncos there picked to finish 4th this year in the conference. And their record last year is 7-11, but some more experience this year, some young freshmen, I think, Coach, that will get better and better. And, you know, picked 4th, I think that says a lot about the returning experience that they have and how well Gordy's done in the past when he's had a good core of returners.
Absolutely. When you have those 4 vets in your starting lineup, Libby Hutton being the only non-senior in the starting lineup, you really have high expectations. And all 4 of those have really grown over the years. I'm excited to see Maya Hansen really explode this year. She's been having some nagging injuries each of her last 2 seasons, had a strong freshman campaign, but then just hasn't been able to stay consistent. So it's been awesome to see her get a great start this year. I know we've talked a lot about Pasco. We talked about Bays as well. We talked about Tatum, but I think Maya is a little bit of the unsung hero in that senior class.
Coach, one name on this list, by the way, that we've never seen before, and for Boise State women's basketball fans, we'll only see for 1 year the Grand Canyon Antelopes. It'll be curious to see what they do and how they change the complexion of the conference for this season.
We'll talk about change complexion. You know, they added them. The Mountain West added them so late. You know, I feel really bad for some of these fall sports, say the soccer schedule. They had to completely redo their schedule. They'd already had all their travel plans and all their flights and everything booked and set. So at least in the winter sports, we had a little bit more time to make some adjustments. But yeah, when you add a team that late, that's really difficult, I think, for everybody else in the conference. And you got to jive around some different schedule and some different games.
Well, Coach, we're at the half, and it's Boise State 38 and Seattle 31. We'll be back in a moment. A special honor this week, Coach, for one of the Broncos. Danny Bays was named the Mountain West Player of the Week for her effort in Boise State's 91-77 win over UC Davis on November the 14th. Bays poured in a career-high 31 points against the Ags. Bays was 11 for 13 from the field, including 7 for 9 from beyond the arc. 7 three-pointers, just one shy of the school record, added 5 steals, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Yes, Danny, a senior out of Brisbane, Australia, marketing major. It's just awesome to see her get some of those accolades that she definitely deserves. She's one we're growing actually with more Australians. There's another signee that just inked her NIL just a little bit ago. So it's pretty awesome to see them grow. And one of the things that's been coolest about Danny, I think, is just her growth in leadership. She's really been stepping up and being a lot more vocal.
Well, and Pasco and Thompson averaged double digits there, and Bays is the one who's really stepping up and joining them as a top scorer. And that's going to be huge for the Broncos. We already talked about it a little bit, but to have 3 scores in double figures really helps night in, night out in the Mountain West.
Absolutely, and I think teams, when they come in, they expect a lot out of all the players. But, you know, when you have Tatum Thompson, who's the preseason Mountain West Player of the Year, sometimes that takes a little more attention, and Danny's happy to go ahead and do some of her own work on the side there.
All right, let's take a look now at our statistical comparison. Shot there inside ExtraMile Arena. Broncos up 38-31. And these are the numbers coming in. The Broncos averaging 71.5 points per game to 61 for Seattle. And I think what we're going to see over here are in-game stats. So we talked about the Broncos shooting 43% for the season so far, and they're beating their average in the first half, 48.5 to 31 for Seattle. 3-point field goal percentage, the edge to the Red Hawks. That's really kept them in the contest, as well as the shooting from the line. But the Broncos out rebounding the Red Hawks by 5 turnovers, even at 13. I'm sure both coaches would like to see that number go down by a lot in the second half. All right, when we come back, we'll have the second half tip-off. You're watching women's basketball between the Boise State Broncos and the Seattle University Redhawks on the Mountain West Network. A few moments away from tipping off this second half of a non-conference game between the Boise State Broncos and the Seattle University Redhawks. Let's take a look now at the rest of Boise State's non-conference schedule. They got a game on Sunday, 2 o'clock against Riverside, Coach, and then a trip to the Virgin Islands.
Yes, Riverside is coming in. They're winless right now. I believe they're playing tonight, same time as the Broncos, and then heading to the Virgin Islands. So I believe the Broncos are taking a red-eye on Monday night, going through Atlanta, and then ending up in St. Thomas. Not a bad way to spend Thanksgiving.
Not bad. And Coach, the big game on there, though, probably from a competitive standpoint, the University of Utah.
Absolutely. At Utah is going to be very difficult. But at the same time, you want to play some of those good teams. Same thing with playing University of Colorado, which was their last opponent. You got to test yourself. You want to see that before you play conference games. You want to be prepared.
Well, there's the horn. Quick look here at the Red Hawks. You see that who they've played, and coming up next for them, the Presbyterian College game against Evergreen State, the Gooey Ducks, Cal State Bakersfield, and then out of the Big Sky they will play Portland State.
The Red Hawks are going to be playing in a tournament in Florida, and they too will enjoy warmer climates than the rainy Washington weather when they head to Florida for their next 2 games.
Although I don't know, the weather around here lately hasn't been too bad, right?
Weather here has been very, very nice.
Nice inside pass to Angela Begovic.
That's a tough play to defend. So when you see a rolling post down the middle of the lane, that is very difficult.
Begovic out of Montenegro will clear up that little issue we had in the first half in a bit when we get a chance when number 7, Milkovic, comes into the game. And there's Begovic with the 3.
Begovic, again, can shoot well from outside. She's not afraid to take those threes and coming up with 5 quick points. It was really important for the Redhawks to get started.
Nice pass across the baseline into the waiting hands of Libby Hutton.
Excellent look by Tatum, but excellent cut by Libby. I think that's, again, when you're playing with your teammates you've been working with for quite a few years, great read off of one another.
Rodriguez drives with the left hand, fakes the shot. Down underneath the basket, turnaround shot, no good there. That was Mogul. Faze is going to take it the other way.
And it looks like they're coming out without starting Brubaker again. So Mogul got the start for the second half.
Same starters on the floor for both teams. Same players who started the game. And Pasco picks up right where she left off. Still perfect shooting, 17 points for the Broncos.
That's a dangerous cross-court pass by Maya Hansen, but compliments to her for getting it there. I kind of held my breath, I'm not going to lie.
That was an in-rhythm shot there by Pasco. The lob pass and drained it.
And by the way, that was the 6th assist by Hansen. So great job distributing the basketball. That's what you want out of your point guard.
Rodriguez with the ball fake, shot too strong off the window and out of bounds off of Rodriguez.
I think Rodriguez was coming into the lane there, and then we had a rotating defensive help and kind of adjusted her shot before she took off, so that affected the finish.
7:57 and counting to go here in the third quarter. Boise State back up by 7. Redhawks started on a 5-0 run. Inside again, the Broncos doing a good job getting the ball inside. Hutton scores again.
That's a nice called set for Hutton. And then you had a flare opportunity for Danny on the other side. So either one of those two was going to be a nice opportunity.
Pass outside to Strickland, has to track it down in the corner.
Nice job,
And
Danny.
good read by Danny Bates. She saw that coming all the way like a free safety in football, but she misses the shot. Thompson's offensive rebound is good.
Tatum Thompson, you got to love it. You know, helping down, I mean, it's one of those things on a breakaway layup, you kind of just want to assume your teammate's going to take care of business. But she stayed with the play, got the finish off of one leg, and then Rodriguez coming the other way.
Well, that was a beautiful play by Bays. It's a bummer she didn't get the score, but I mean, that was like a safety sitting back in two deep coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. She saw that all the way. The drive. Pasco with the give and go. Hutton lost it, got it back, put it up. Shot blocked away and cleared by Mogul. Mogul up ahead for Viesic. Tough shot. And Yana Viesic.
You know, Viesic really likes to exploit those one-on-one opportunities. She tries to draw fouls, has had a lot of success getting to the line in her previous stops. She is a freshman from Serbia. There are times that she just does a great job reading those defenders really well and will punish her defense with some backdoor cuts.
A nice step through there. Not quite a Euro step, but we might see a Euro step or two here.
You know, I feel like
4 Europeans on the Redhawks.
It's not just the Europeans, my friend.
It's everybody.
Everyone
now.
does a Euro step.
It's caught on, but
everybody does.
Everybody loves it.
Everybody does. They just want to say they do that.
Hansen stops, pops, drops.
Hansen's so good in that mid-range. Just a really nice soft touch. Free throw line shot for her. She's very consistent in hitting those.
9-point lead. Boise State's led by as many as 11.
Bigovic had a nice seal there. Libby was playing behind. No hit to her post, though, unfortunately, for the Redhawks.
Baseline drive. Good defense there by the Broncos. Force her to give it up.
Down to 8 on the shot clock.
Back in the game, by the way. Strickland cut off, double team. Nice pass. The Monga's shot is off. And here comes Maya Hansen. Tatum Thompson, corner. Pasco for three again. Oh, that one was halfway down the well and popped out. She thought about it. Said the Broncos are going to use some clock. Not so fast as Thompson. I'm going to fire it up. No good. Offensive rebound by Bays. Pasco's going to try it again. This one front iron off the mark. And we're going to have a foul on the floor called against the Redhawks. It'll be Bronco basketball. Looks like it's going to be on number 8, the freshman, Chloe Imanga.
Well, the Redhawks already have 2 wins this season, which goes against what they've been doing in the past. They only had 4 wins all year last year. I think their only win in conference was actually their senior night against Utah Tech. So they are very excited to see these wins continue in their preseason.
Down by 9 right now in search of win number 3.
We have Howard back in the game for the Broncos. Again, she's getting some spot minutes, trying to get back into the play. Nice turnaround by Howard.
That was a nice looking play.
Look at that
Emily
smile
Howard
as she runs down the court.
Yeah.
That felt good. That's been a long time coming right there. Now she's serious again.
Yeah, the 6'5" redshirt junior. Her Howard has it, looking for bucket number 2, but she's going to let that three-pointer go. Trying to get it over to Pasco, and it's tipped away by Rodriguez.
Yeah, I don't know that Howard has the green light just yet.
Yeah. she thought about it. But
she did think about it.
Also, very quickly, I want to stay in this game. Emily Howard, one of the newest members of the Broncos. Here's her first 2 points of her Bronco career. And Boise State up by 11 on the Mountain West Network. So Tatum Thompson, preseason Mountain West Player of the Year, all Mountain West last year. Got that bucket and got this one as well. Boy, Coach, she's not big, but she's very wiry strong, we would say, right? I mean, she looks, she's very strong.
She's very strong. She's extremely athletic.
Yeah.
She was a cheat code for Woodinville High School for many, many years. I think all the other high school coaches in the Woodinville area and that whole conference were excited to see her graduate. Unfortunately, Howard picks up 3 in the key there, just come off of a nice finish by her first points as a Bronco. And so it's time for the Broncos to play some D.
Broncos have their largest lead of the game, 11. They've had it at 11 a few other times. Inside it goes to Milkovic. She has it. Right-handed shot up and in. So we see Milkovic. Milkovic from Croatia. I said Montenegro earlier, but that's actually Vigovic. He's from Croatia and played at Missouri before transferring to Seattle.
Yeah, she had 2 seasons at Missouri. Oh, big collision down there. Maya tried to pick up a charge a little late on that one, I believe.
Well, if there's one thing you could say about Chloe Manga is she plays hard. It's really stood out in the first half and now into the second.
And look at that volleyball roll at the end there. That was pretty impressive.
That's pretty good. She makes the first. The Redhawks continue to shoot well from the line.
With Howard in the game right now for the Broncos, it's kind of nice to match size with size, although, as I said that, here comes Libby Hutton back in for Howard. Again, Howard's on some limited minutes. This is her first game in a Bronco uniform, so it's nice to get her feet wet.
And you could tell our teammates are really happy that she's playing. Hutton right there gave her the double high five on the way out and a big smile.
Absolutely. It's one of the things that's coolest about coaching and being part of a team is when they find joy for one another, and that's when you can really tell you're coaching something special.
Pasco called for the hook right there. Offensive foul, and it's Seattle's basketball. The Redhawks continue to keep it close.
Yeah,
we're
just
down
a
by
little
11
bit too
now
much
within
hit right
7.
there.
Sorry, Coach.
Oh, that's okay. I was going to say a little too much hit by Libby Hutton there. Brubaker back in the game, looking to make her mark and continue what she started in the first half.
Brubaker wants the three-pointer the old-fashioned way. Tough shot there by Brubaker on the inside. Draws the Redhawks within 5. She's now got 13 off the bench tonight.
You got veteran player against veteran player with Thompson on Brubaker there. Unfortunately, Thompson just got her hands in the middle of it.
Thompson quick. Sometimes quick players try to use the hands when they should still be moving their feet. And Brubaker completes the old-fashioned three-pointer, and Redhawks, we're down 11 now, just 4. Thompson to Mason Borcherding into the game, and another steal by Brubaker. Picks the pocket of Pasco, goes to the other side of the rim, and will try for back-to-back. 3-point plays here.
Coach Presnell is going to call for an appeal, and I'm really glad he's using that right now. You could clearly see that Natalie Pasco was just doing a run-through here on Brubaker. Yeah, there's no foul. I don't see a foul there.
So he's going to ask for...
Unfortunately, you can't appeal a foul. You can appeal an upgrade. You can appeal who was the ball off of. Or maybe they registered the foul to the wrong person.
So back-to-back old-fashioned three-point plays by Ella Brubaker. She has 17.
It's a nice...
And Thompson's going to quiet the noise right there as Seattle got the closest they've been in this game since it was 0-0 within 1 point. Broncos back up by 3. Go ahead, Coach.
That was a badly needed bucket for the Broncos. Everything was going right for the Redhawks, so I'm glad that Tatum had a nice called set for her. That's a design play for her, getting that ball in the short corner, and good finish by her.
Broncos take it up after the Strickling miss. Nice cross-court pass. Tough shot there by Tatum. Thompson almost got it to go, and she'll have to earn the 2 points the hard way from the charity stripe with 2:44 to go in quarter number 3.
That's some incredible strength by Tatum, being able to hold and hang in that long, and literally almost got the finish on that one as well. Freshman Mason Borcherding is back in the game as well.
14 points now for Thompson. Broncos seemingly have had this game in control the whole way, but Seattle keeps getting close, and then the Broncos open the lead back up. It was a 1-point lead. Now, after a 4-0 Bronco run, it's 55-50. Yesich into the game, number 9. She's going to get the ball at the top. The leading assistant for the Red Hawks. She has it. Going to work a little pick and pop here. Lost the control, and it is off of Yesich.
Again, Yesich wants to get downhill. Any one-on-one opportunity she's going to go ahead and try for. A little bit of full-court pressure here by the Red Hawks as they try to slow down, trim some clock for the Broncos.
Yesich trying to work a little pick and pop there with Begovic. Here comes the Broncos the other way. Maya Hansen inside. Borcherding.
Nice job, Mason Borcherding. You know, Mason's given up quite a bit of size to their inside player, Begovic. So it's pretty impressive that she had no fear. Nice job squaring her shoulders to the backboard and going up strong.
Begovic puts both her hands up, but actually she got a pretty good shot on the arm there on that foul. You get it.
No post ever falls. No post ever falls. No.
Flat-feeted.
Yeah.
Both hands up in the air. No one ever reaches. They never do. Borcherding misses the first.
Then you watch the film, and the film never lies. Everybody looks slower on film, too. That's another disappointing thing when you're watching as a player.
Borcherding makes 1 of 2. Broncos up 6. Dylan Mogul takes it across the timeline. Leaves it for Vjesevic. They work it to Brubaker. Vjesevic wants it back in the corner. They go to the elbow there to Fia Proctor. First time we've called her name.
Amanga just gave Danny Bays a what's what on that one right there.
I gotta watch this again.
That was. Danny's definitely earning her dinner tonight. We'll say that much.
Yeah, she's talk about cranking up the physicality.
You know, she's a warrior, though, even in the UC Davis game where she scored so many points. I think what doesn't show up on the stat sheet is how much else she did. She was on the floor, right, left, and everywhere in between.
Borcherding working hard inside, wants it on the block. Thompson's going to drive inside. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Shot a short front rim. Borcherding tracks it down and grabs it. Bays, quick pass inside to Thompson. Beautiful, dirty work there by Borcherding, and the pass from Bays to Thompson for the 2.
Absolutely. Tatum Thompson gets credit for the points on that one. Excellent work again by Danny Bays. But Borcherding did the hard work. She put on the hat, and she definitely fought for that board. Good heads-up look by Danny Bays to find Tatum under the hoop for an easy 2.
Mogul called with a foul, her second. Broncos on a 7-0 run after the Red Hawks drew within 1, 51-50. It's now 58-50. And a push-off called there by Pasco. Offensive foul.
I think Brubaker may have set that one up pretty well for the official right there. Just unfortunate, you know, as a wing trying to get open, you're going to have to do something to step off your player. That didn't look inflammatory to me, but it sure looked like that on the replay.
Academy Award winner right there, Coach.
Maybe Golden Globes. We'll give you that.
Don't give her too much credit.
Yeah.
Pass denied out of bounds by the Broncos. Still red hot basketball. 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Under a minute to play. Again, kind of crucial getting some momentum going into the fourth quarter. So it'd be nice if Broncos can get a stop here.
Mogul, Brubaker, leading scorer. Step back 3, blocked away by Bays.
Again, Danny Bays just coming up with some of those little intangibles. That is something that goes in the stat sheet, but so important. Tatum Thompson wisely waited for a better shot there, and we're going to get an and one. Excellent take, excellent finish.
Yeah, nice pass by Bays, too, here in a perfect spot. She kept the momentum going to the basket, and she has a chance now for the old-fashioned three-point play. Look at that play there, Coach. Beautiful.
She slipped that screen, and wisely so. I think her defense jumped up to try to look at a switch or a hedge situation, but great concentration by her. She got closer to the rim and focused on the finish.
Pasco and Thompson leading the way. Pasco with 17. Thompson at the line has an opportunity to get point number 20.
We got freshman Morgan Maldonado coming in the game. Morgan's been seeing time in all the games leading up until this point out of Anchorage, Alaska, where she was back-to-back state champions there. Excited to see her get on the floor tonight.
And old-fashioned three-point play completed there by Tatum Thompson. All Mountain West last year. Picked as the preseason favorite for that all-league or MVP of the conference this year.
It's hardly any differential between shot clock, game clock right now. Good job, Danny Bays.
Forced it into Brubaker, who was tied up by Danny Bays again, Coach. She just does it all defensively, offensively, and it's not always the fancy stuff that wins you basketball games, is it?
No, it's not. And sometimes the stuff that's not fancy is what wins you championships. So great job by Danny. And giving the Broncos one last possession here to end the third quarter.
Yeah, they're up again by 11, a 10-0 run. They can add to it here, 7.4 seconds. Hanson's going to bring it up the floor. She's going to get into the paint, and it's kicked away. Almost missed that there, late whistle, but they got it, 1.3 seconds left.
All right, we're going to have a baseline out of bounds. I know Coach Heather Silver's been working very hard on the baseline out of bounds, so let's see what they draw up. I like seeing Borcherding in this baseline out of bounds play. Like I said, she's a quality screener, really takes pride in that.
I think she's going to set a screen here maybe for Pasco. No, she goes underneath it. It's Thompson that got the screen, and they get it inside. Pasco puts the shot up at the buzzer. Would have counted if it went off the mark, but still a good finish to that third quarter for the Broncos. They were up by 1, finished it on a 10-0 run. And it's Boise State on top of Seattle, 61-50, thanks in large part to Tatum Thompson. Well, the Seattle University Redhawks looking to build back. Last season, just one conference win. They made postseason appearances in 13, 17, and 18. 11 players on this year's roster, 8 new players, 5 transfers, and 3 freshmen. Hanging tough here with the Broncos. They were within 1. It was 51-50, but Boise State ended the third quarter on a 10-0 run. And Seattle will have the ball first. Sydney Rodriguez will trigger the inbound to Jana Viesic. They've got a couple of Viches and 1 itch. So
yeah, it's hard to keep track of.
It's a tongue twister.
Broncos looking to add on that streak that they had to finish the last quarter.
Turnaround shot. Thompson, 13-0 run now for the Broncos, 22 for Thompson.
You know, Thompson's undersized, but it is so difficult to guard that. She's going to go ahead and elevate, and she does this nice sort of fadeaway with that. Does a great job holding the ball strong in the air, and then concentrating on her finish.
That's basically an indefensible shot.
It can be. The taller you are, the
better
the
it
less
is.
you can defend it.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. Unfortunate. Tatum really was thinking that she was going to get away with that one.
I said 13-0. It's 12-0 Boise State run.
The Redhawks are going to be competing in the West Coast Conference this year. They just rejoined that last summer. They were in the WAC previously. And again, just joining that Division I status in the 2008-2009 year. So Coach Skylar Young in his 3rd season is hoping to continue to build on a winning program and a winning culture and bring that back to the Redhawks.
Definitely got an opportunity to build a good fan base, which they've been around for a while, and playing in the West Coast Conference is definitely going to raise the profile. And number 3 into the game, Maldonado went one way, and the pass from the other freshman, Borcherding the other. Broncos turn it over, up by 11.
That's a freshman-on-freshman error right there, thinking you're going to do something, and then the other one does the other thing.
Strong take by Strickland, using the left hand off the window and in.
That's a nice finish by Strickland, again, wanting to get downhill. She's very dangerous because she got that flare opportunity, and she'll take those threes. As I mentioned earlier, she's about 33% from 3. That's a shot that I think Coach President might want back. That's early in the shot clock by Tatum Thompson.
Nice work there by Maldonado to keep it alive.
You know, Morgan Maldonado, she's not very tall, but she will get after it on boards. And if you looked at her rebounding percentage and how many opportunities that she has a chance to get a board, she's going to get in there and mix it up. That's a tough one for Livy. She tried to split the gap there. Maybe without the dribble might have done okay, but she was trying to create some space. Just unfortunate.
8:27 to go in the contest. 63-54. Boise State up 9. Every time the Broncos get that double-digit lead, Seattle finds a way to get back into the game. They got another run in them. Strickland was cut off. Baseline shot. Rodriguez, air ball. And Maldonado snares it and gives it over to Hansen. Pass tipped away. Stolen by the Redhawks. Bigovic. Brubaker off the window. Too strong. And we're going to have a foul called. Late whistle there.
I think they're going to get Sydney Rodriguez coming in on the rebound.
Okay.
There looked like two hands in the back as she was trying to establish herself in transition. Maya Hansen did a great job of not fouling, and then Morgan Maldonado went ahead and got that box out, and I believe Rodriguez had two hands in the back for that foul.
Good job, Coach. Way to back me up there. A good teammate.
I got you.
Hansen thinks about a three. Instead, going to give her over her left side. This is Hutton. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Plenty of time for the Broncos here. Looking for a good shot. Pass going the back door. Got cut off. And it's Hansen. Pulls up for the deep three. Rattles it home and in. And the Broncos up again, 12.
That's great patience by the Broncos. I think they're starting to get a little tight as that shot clock got a little bit lower, but they waited and they stayed true and didn't force anything. And Maya Hansen, great finish by her.
Morcher didn't touch that. No, she let it go out of bounds. Missed shot there by Tamia Strickland.
Pasco's now 17 points. Tatum Thompson has now 22 points. And I should mention Maya Hansen, 2 of 4 from three-point land. So we're seeing Emily Howard come back in. Broncos going a little bit bigger, pulling out Borcherding.
Broncos really taking a lead now in the rebounding, Coach, up 36-21 on the boards. And it's really shown in this second half as a lot of their points are either second chance points or rebound putback points. Hansen, right-handed, stops, pops off the side of the rim, and grabbed by Brubaker.
Again, that's Maya's sweet spot. I would take her having that shot nearly every possession if I could.
Yeah,
she was just a little bit off on that float as she took off, and I think that affected her finish.
Mia Strickland, Milosevic, Brubaker. High shot off the mark, and Emily Howard back into the game. Another appearance here, maybe her last chance tonight to get a couple minutes of run in here. Howard's going to set the screen, 6'5". Pasco with the tough shot. Howard with the rebound. Left-handed shot rolls off the front of the rim. And the redshirt junior to the line to shoot 2.
Again, when Howard's on the floor, it just adds an extra dimension to the Broncos. Watch her work for position here. I don't think that the Redhawks did a very good job of boxing her out, but nice job for Em keeping her hands up and hopefully getting 2 at the charity stripe.
She could really give the Broncos a boost as this season wears on, Coach. As they get into conference play, she gets a little more run under her, you know, a little more physical as she works her way into the season.
I think that's part of why they were so excited to get her some minutes tonight before they start going to this tournament in Virgin Islands and then hitting conference play. You know, a lot of these teams that they're playing in the preseason don't always have bigs. Of course, that's not the case with Seattle University.
Yeah.
But it's nice to get her feet wet in the home crowd. Again, Danny Bays, what a warrior. She may hit her nose or her mouth
dog
out
there, man. She just does everything 100%. Gets up slowly here and wipes her right underneath her nose.
I told Danny after the UC Davis game that we should prep the ice bath for her, and I feel like we need to draw another one for her tonight.
Yeah. To keep a couple ice bags in the cooler over there on the bench, too. (67-54). Broncos with the ball on a 13-point lead. Hutton. Nice. Oh, had Bays on the back cut, running the baseline there. Kicked away by the Redhawks. 21 seconds left on the shot clock. Plenty of time here for the Broncos. 13-point lead, under 6 minutes to go in the game. Bays drives baseline, and it's poked away. That'll be a foul on the floor.
Vasicic got the hands on that one. Again, when you're trying to guard that live dribbler, you do not want to do that. Boise State's offense entering this weekend, obviously doing pretty well. Ranked 28th out of 363 Division I teams.
An effective field goal percentage. Coach, what does that mean? Nice
excellent
play by Howard. Emily Howard showing out in her first game as a Bronco.
You got to love that when your post doesn't, Danny Bay's getting into it again. You got to love that when your post does a really nice job of feeling what side the defense is on. She gave a little feel to one side and then spun back the other one. That's a great finish. You can start to see Emily relax a little bit on the floor the more minutes she plays.
Yeah.
So really excited to see her. Big upside for her this year.
I was going to say, Coach, you could really see her kind of, now she's kind of folding herself into this game, and boy, big upside, a bright future for her and the Broncos.
Libby Hutton.
She kind of waited there. She had the backside wide open.
I think she was waiting for Howard to come ball side block on that. Again, just getting used to playing with each other. Instead, Libby might have had an opportunity at a layup.
Begovic off the mark, rattles around and out, and here comes the Broncos.
One of my favorite things about watching Maya Hansen, as soon as she gets the ball, she has her head up. She's automatically looking for what is that forward pass. A lot of point guards would benefit from watching Maya's game.
Hutton gives it to Bays. Back to Hutton. Nice two-man game right there.
That's a beautiful pass by Bays. That's a tough pass to make on the bounce, and to put enough mustard on it that it's going to bounce up for your player and get it to the right spot where she's looking for the ball. Seattle U has no choice but to call a timeout and stop this run.
You know, the Broncos are kind of starting to wear down Seattle now, Coach. Up by 17. The inside pass to Howard, 5 points in her debut as a Bronco. And Boise State up by 17. Libby Hutton, the forward number 9, shown out here in the second half, Coach.
You know, Libby is a sophomore, the only non-senior in the starting lineup. That was a great cut that she had. You know, I think one of the things that makes Libby so difficult to guard is she does a great job with off-ball cuts. You know, a lot of people early in their career, they do a lot of watching, or they want to just be in the play when the play is in them, meaning they have the basketball. But Libby does a great job cutting off of action. From Perth, Australia, one of 3 Aussies on the squad. Yeah, one of 3 Aussies. Also Danny Bays from Brisbane. And Ballarat, Australia is the home of Millie Sharp, a sophomore who we haven't seen in the game yet tonight. Well, Millie's over there on that very sweet scooter right now. Oh, that's who's hurt. She came over and visited beforehand. She said her mom's going to be staying up late tonight. So hello to Millie's parents in Australia and all of the other Aussies and fans around the world. All right. Begovic backs in on Howard, who's still in the game. Left-handed shot up and in for Angela Begovic. And that's a nice move by Begovic, and again, against another strong post player. So I wouldn't fault Howard. I thought she played that nicely. You know, you want to make it difficult for them to get the ball, but then you want to make sure that they get one shot only. Howard is guarded by Begovic, splits the double team. Left-handed shot, a little flat. Boise State needed to do a better job of reading the double. Mogul came in there, added some extra pressure. Wild shot by Rodriguez. Oh, nice piece there by Howard. Yeah, Howard with the block, and she grabs it and fouled. And that'll be number 4 on Seattle. Amanga just got a little bit too close. Some teams like to do that. They like to pressure the rebounder, and Emily was just big and strong with the ball. Did a nice job squaring up and keeping her balance. Timeout called on the floor, and with 3:44 to go, we'll head to break with the Broncos in control, up by 50. And here we go. Broncos with the basketball, facing a little press here. The first time we've seen pressure from the Red Hawks, and the Broncos break it nicely into the hands of Pasco. It goes, and she's got 19 points. And the Broncos push it back to 17-point lead.
their largest of the game. Brubaker thinks about the three, and then she hoists it up. And off the mark, the air ball goes out of bounds.
Well, the Red Hawks are trying to do something to mix up pace, mix up tempo. So applying this three-quarter court pressure, they're trying to do something a little bit different. But obviously that last possession, really good for the Broncos with a nice layup finish by Natalie Pasco.
Broncos ending this game up 17. Got their starters out there right now. I think just giving them some more run. Pasco, for three. She's on fire.
That's a tough shot, and that's over 6'5". I would like to make sure I mention that.
Yes.
Natalie, boy, she gets locked in, and Libby Hutton, I think, jammed her ankle a little bit on that play. Just got caught in the crossfire with a collision in the middle of the key. Hope she's okay.
Uh-oh. So Hutton getting up slowly.
She's getting up and walking that off. That's a good sign.
She's going to jog it off. That's good. Good sign there. Pasco with 22 points, and Thompson also with 22. 42 of the Broncos, 76. Or 44 of the Broncos, 76.
Again, a little trapping, slightly different.
Hutton wide open. They forgot all about her.
Well,
and a nice pass. I think that was Hansen that found her.
Your deep kid on that press needs to make sure nobody gets behind her. And unfortunately, Bigovich let Libby Hutton release to the backcourt.
It was 51-50 at one point in the third quarter. Shot off the mark, and the rebound poked out of bounds. Whose ball is it?
Should be Bronco ball.
Bronco basketball. So it was 51-50. Seattle got within a point of the Broncos, and they have gone on a 27-9 run from that point on, and really taking control of this game.
We got Fia Proctor coming back in the game, and Sydney Rodriguez also returning for the Red Hawks.
Hansen, Thompson gives it back to Hansen. Wing three, good.
Again, Hansen's already hit 2 of those tonight. That's her third. Just a really nice, pure shooter. Smart with the basketball.
Yeah, she was right on the angle with us, Coach, and you could just see that one look good from the moment it left her hands. Turnaround shot in the lane. Good by Yana Vjesovic.
That was a nice finish by her. She did a great job as she came into traffic, just collecting the basketball, making sure defense did not get a hand on it. And then great pass by Danny Bays with the finish by Hutton.
Yeah, Bays to Hutton. Hutton has 13. 4 Broncos now in double figures.
Little Aussie to Aussie action right there.
Yeah. We'll keep it here with 1:36 to go in the game, and the Broncos leading 83-61. It looks like maybe Gordy's going to start to empty the bench here. And
I saw Kiera Thompson, another freshman, come back in, get a few more minutes. Trying to see who else is sitting down there for the Broncos. I think they're keeping Maya Hansen in there, which is probably wise. I know there's only 1:36 left. But the last thing you want to do is finish a game on a sour note. So you don't want to give a team, some momentum to close the game, because what is that going to bring you for the next game? And the Broncos have some big games coming up in the Virgin Islands. Before that, though, they're going to head and play. They're going to host UC Riverside with that next game.
Well, this is the West Coast Conference preseason poll, and always a very competitive conference. A shakeup in the West Coast Conference. The football shakeup has actually affected more than just football. People don't realize that, but it's really affected non-football schools as well, as non-football schools jump into some of these conferences to fill the void of football schools that have moved on, and a big change in the WCC. As you see, Gonzaga still there, but Washington State, Oregon State.
Gonzaga's only there for this year, and then they're going to be changing to the Mountain West. So, again.
And Oregon State and Washington State are going to be in the Pac-12 next year with new members, including Boise State.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep track of conferences. Yeah. I don't know how many streaming services I need to have to watch people play, but it's getting more and more difficult.
Yeah, it's like you need a budget line of about $200 just to keep track of all the streaming services you need these days to watch the things you want. So this is Kiera Thompson. You saw her earlier in the game getting it the last minute here. Leaves the pass for Tatum Thompson.
We got Josie Stedman coming into the game. I have to say this on camera. I got to say this. Josie is probably one of the coolest kids that I've met. She is such a solid human being and gives everything and all that she has to this Bronco team. They brought her on scholarship. She's out of Blackfoot, Idaho, Snake River High School, played for her dad there. She had all sorts of scoring records, but she is the do-everything type of kid. And then Kenna Garza back in the game, another Idaho kiddo from Pocatello. So happy to see her. Got Izzy Harms in, and then Maya Hansen, the vet, who's just going to kind of keep things going. She's the glue that's going to keep them all together on the court.
Snake River High School, home of the Panthers, one of the more successful 4A schools in all sports here in the state of Idaho. There she is with the ball, and gives it over on the right side for Thompson, who's going to take it up the floor. Garza really wants it inside, working for it. Now she reposts, gets it. 2 dribbles, lost the handle, spins.
Garza might have gotten away with an extra step there. That was some kindness by the baseline official, I believe. But we'll take it. We'll put her at the line.
The officials are looking at the score. They got, they want to get back to the hotel, get ready to get on that early flight tomorrow morning. 28.4 seconds ago.
Yeah, we might have had an extra pivot.
I guess either
That's
way.
okay. That's okay. Again, good to see Kenna get an opportunity to put some points on the board.
She's trying to let it go. I guess eventually they got to call a foul there. Garza missed the first.
Kenna won a state championship with her high school squad last year in the 5A classification here in Idaho. So I know the Broncos are really excited about what she can bring. There we go, getting a point in the scorebook.
It's nice to see a good smattering of Idaho
you like to see that, yes.
On the Boise State roster. Role players and some up-and-comers. Viesevich.
Proctor.
Got it outside. Yeah, Proctor, first points of the game. 12 seconds to go.
Broncos probably just dribble this one out. I think Dylan Mogo, she actually played club ball with Kiara Thompson, who she's guarding right now. So I'm sure they're probably talking some smack as they finish the game.
So the Boise State Broncos rebound from that tough loss earlier this week at Colorado. They are the aggressor here tonight, and they take out the Red Hawks of Seattle 86-65. All right, we'll take a break and have the post-game show. When we come back, Boise State wins it by 21 on the Mountain West Network. Alongside former Boise State Bronco Kim Bridges and current Bronco Natalie Pasco, my name is Vince Tremblay. It's time for the post-game show now. And Natalie, what a nice way for you guys to rebound after that tough loss on Tuesday night.
Just wanted to come out strong. We had a tough loss a few days ago, so we still want to push back those quarter.
Before I give it to Coach, let me just ask you, what did you take from that game you think that really helped you here tonight?
We just knew we had to be more physical and just put it all out there, move the ball more, and get those good shots we've been looking for.
Natalie, you always are known for taking some of those quick shots, but they're great shots. So how is it feeling? Were you feeling really good in warm-ups? I mean, it looked like from the get-go you were the ringleader and putting some points in the play.
Yeah, I mean, I just think my teammates did a really good job of finding me in transition and just on some of those plays, but yeah, it's feeling pretty good.
What to look forward to for Sunday's game before you head off to the islands?
We're just going to keep up this momentum, keep pushing, come out strong in each game, and hope to get the win.
And did you guys as seniors, I mean, you have a very veteran core, did you guys as seniors after the Colorado game kind of have a little discussion with the team as far as what we wanted to do in the future?
Yeah, definitely. We knew we were better than that, so I think we showed it tonight.
Great game, Natalie.
Thank you.
Just one more quick question for you. You've got, an interesting mix. You've got 6 seniors, 6 freshmen. What's it like having that many freshmen, and what do you tell them? Like, what kind of advice do you give them starting out their basketball careers? Several of them you're going to really need to count on this year.
Yeah, it's definitely different with the new group, but we've all been there just helping them each day in practice and showing them how to compete each day, so I think they're doing a good job.
Okay, all right. Well, Natalie Pasco, congratulations.
Thank
Great
you.
game, and good luck this on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Libby.
So I think we're gonna keep it here, and we're gonna bring in Libby Hutton. We're gonna do it this right on the fly. Libby, can you hear us? Yes. All right. Well, great game here tonight. you're one of 4 players in double figures, and we asked Natalie this question. We'll ask you, what do you think you learned from Tuesday night that really helped you guys come out here and excel tonight against Seattle?
I think the way that we came out at the start of the game, we lacked a bit of physicality, especially against that Colorado team. So I think coming out of that game, we learned what we kind of have to put out at the start of the game to really set the tone and, you know, make sure the other team feels our presence. So that was probably the biggest thing that we learned, but also just staying inside our system and trusting each other, trusting that our shots will fall if we execute. That was another big thing.
Libby, great job tonight.
Thank you.
I think one of the things that I enjoy most about watching you play is how well you cut without the basketball. So you had a couple of nice passes by your teammates. Maybe talk about how they were able to find you on the floor.
Yeah, I would say that, like, everyone on this team really knows what each other want to do and where they like to get the ball. And so on some of those back cuts, especially to me or Maddie on that trail, that's like a really good pass that we, you know, want to try and get when they flatten out, when the defense flattens out. But like, it's all about the teammates. Like, they really trust, you know, us bigs to go down low and like go up strong. So I appreciate them so much for doing that and trusting me to catch it.
And you talked about the bigs. We had some different bigs in action tonight.
Yeah, we
Talk
did.
to me about Emily Howard and how it was having her on the
so
floor.
So exciting, seriously. We've been, you know, like, so excited for her comeback. Every day in practice, she's doing a bit more, getting full court, getting reps in. And I know how excited she is to, you know, be out there on the floor with all of us, and we're so excited as well. So I'm really excited to, you know, see her start to get more action out there and really like settle into our system, because she's going to be great.
And you seemed really excited for her. You could see the genuine happiness you had when you came on the floor. You gave her the double high five and smiled at her. And she looked all business out there, though. She was really settling in as she got about her 3rd or 4th time into the game.
Yeah.
You could see her really settling in.
After that first shot.
She did. A very small
but then she
smile.
Went stone face.
She went deadpan.
Yeah. She's an amazing girl. She really appreciates this team. I really appreciate what she's doing, especially for me. You know, she helps me out with like my post defense. You know, going against someone with that much experience, and she's amazing, like off the court as well. So I'm just really excited to have her on this team.
So Libby, you're from Australia. You get some time here. Give a shout out to your friends and family back home. You get a chance to say hello.
Wow.
What do you want to say?
Hey fam, hey mom, hey Sunny. I hope you guys are watching this from down in Nonoa. Miss you guys so much. Love you guys so much. Yeah, miss you.
Nice job. Nice job.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, Libby Hutton, great job tonight, and good luck on Sunday, and have fun in the Virgin Islands.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right. All right. Let's take a look now at the final stat comparison. Team stats. Boise State shot 48% after the first 2 stanzas, 53% after 4 periods. So a great shooting effort for the Broncos. Good team basketball. Just 62.5% from the line. Very good, 40%. You'll take that every night, Coach, from the 3-point line. And then really exploded in the second half in rebounds. It was a 19-9 second half rebounding edge for the Broncos. And the turnovers, both teams had 13 after the first half, so a little cleaner second half for both teams in terms of the turnovers.
Definitely some great growth for the Broncos, and it was really important for them to have that bounce back win heading into Sunday's game with Riverside. I know there's some things on the stat sheet that Coach will definitely want to take a look at. I know Coach Presnell is not going to be happy about that free throw percentage or those turnovers, even though they did curb them for the second half.
Yeah.
But again, it's early in the season. We're still in November, so very exciting things for the Broncos lie ahead.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Gordy Presnell, a nice building block, right? I'm sure he didn't like how they played the other night, but they came back. They showed they learned. They were the more physical team, I think, out there tonight. And, you know, it's not like Seattle came out here with a bunch of 5'10", 6-footers. They have several players around 6'5", and they were the more physical team for the Broncos tonight.
Playing against size, I mean, that's experience that's invaluable. So that is a really important takeaway for the Broncos today. But I think that overall, happy to get a win in the win column and excited about what's coming next on Sunday.
Well, Sunday, the Boise State Broncos will take on UC Riverside. But a good win here tonight as they build towards the rest of their non-conference and into the Mountain West Conference season. For our director, Jonathan Palmer, producer, Garrick Hayes, and my partner in this one, the coach, former Boise State Bronco, Kim Bridges. Boy, I had a lot of fun doing this with you. I hope we get another shot to do this because it was a lot of fun working with you here tonight.
I hope so, Vince. I appreciate you helping me through. This is my first time doing the colors, so it was a lot of fun.
Great job, Coach. My name is Vincent Trimboli. Again, the final here tonight from Extra Mile Arena. Broncos win it 86-65.